Hey yo, what is going on with viewers of the tube? First, let me introduce myself as Tyler, and I'm the host of the only crypto channel that believes government services should stop sugarcoating things and tell it like it is.
Thank you for calling the New York Unemployment Claims Division. We want you to know that we are doing everything we can to make it cosmetically look like we are trying to help you. All New Yorkers will receive the full compensation that they are entitled to. Press 1 to eat my ass. Press 2 to suck a chodsky. Press 3 to rot in hell. Hear all the options again? Press 0. Goodbye.
You know how we automate. It's time for Chico Crypto. Wow, wow, wee wah is all I gotta say about Bitcoin in the crypto markets. Pulling out Bitcoin's 7-day chart, shebang, solid upwards bullish movements the entire week. And over the past 7 days, up over $1,600, or about 22%. And of course, every other altcoin is following what BTC is doing. All coins seriously green over the past 7 days, and almost every coin green over the past 24 hours. And you know what the Moon Boys are doing, saying having pump, we are going to 10K, and now use my Bybit leverage link. Please. Now, I'm not saying we aren't going to 10K. This is not the pre-halving pump, because it actually is, but it's built on shadiness, and it's not natural one frickin' bit. Which is so obvious to see when looking at the declining volume since the mid-March crash, especially with USD. It's been deflating down week after week, and as of yesterday, we were just over 100 million in 24-hour USD volume. Which is peanuts if you check out yesterday's Tether volume, nearly $58 billion. And looking at the old USDT, we need to look at an exchange which trades a good majority of these tokens. Binance. Their volume is now over 80% USDT, and looking at Binance's volume, which is 80% Tether, it has been declining too since March. A declining volume overall and an increasing price. That is weird, wouldn't you say? You would think with the pump over the past couple days, volume would at least get to half of what it was mid-March, right? Well, I'll tell you exactly what is happening. Whales are in the process of liquidating BTC for straight up USD. Most of the USD volume we are seeing is from those whales. They're doing it undercover, manipulating the prices with Tether. Most of that volume comes from them too, which gets the markets pumping as they need FOMO and the crypto heads still involved to market buy their BTC as they slowly liquidate on the USD exchanges. So where does this Tether come from? The Tether Cartel, which consists of Bitfinex and friends. So let's just go to their exchange, Bitfinex, their cold wallet for BTC since March, and see what has happened. Dang, I love BTC. And if we zoom into March, as we can see, they dipped from over 176,000 BTC March 1st to just over 113,000 as of yesterday. 35% of the BTC from Bitfinex is gone, or over 52,000 BTC, worth nearly $500 million. And in my opinion, this BTC was liquidated for USD across exchanges, while the markets were manipulated upwards with printed Tether, hard dumping their BTC while printing USDT. I mean, 1.2 billion of them were minted this month alone. And whoever is behind all of it is a criminal mastermind. And speaking of criminal masterminds, we gotta talk about a thug who we all know is a part of the Tether Cartel, as their exchange is providing over $1.6 billion worth of USDT volume per day. That is Binance. And we have shown the connections time and time again between Binance and Tether. Let's rewatch now. Now remember Zhao Dong, Bitfinex shareholder. He is extremely tight with Bitfinex, even posting this picture with CFO Giancarlo Devanisi, claiming to have seen Tether bank accounts fully full. Well, Zhao isn't only a shareholder in Bitfinex, but he's also an angel investor and advisor in Binance, according to the first release of their white paper. Need more evidence that CZ is a part of the Tether Cartel? How about this conversation with the crypto lark?
Now, I did want to ask you as well, there's been a lot of accusations made against the guys over at Tether. How do you feel about that situation? What are your thoughts on it?
My general feeling is that there's always more FUD in the community than there are positive things. So, and the FUD is usually more overreactive. I did meet with the key guy from Bitfinex in person a couple of weeks ago, and we did talk about this issue. And there was a couple of other guys who I trust to a fairly high degree. They said they have looked at the accounts.
Yes, CZ met with the Tether execs, and a couple people he trusts looked into their accounts, aka Zhao Dong. So obviously, in my opinion, they are close. But what does Binance receive for being a part of this operation? What do they get to do by being one of the exchanges which receives a bulk of this tainted stablecoin? Pump and dump their shat coins. That is what the Binance listings and their IEOs. It's the same sad story for almost every single one. Troy, IEO, great example. Coins are listed and pumped with whale USDT volume. But as time goes on, volume leaves and price, it deflates down. Same with every IEO. Severity is sometimes more severe like Perlin, sometimes not as severe like Kava. But overall, the pattern is the same. Never a win for long-term holders and consistently a long-term loss, which isn't good for a coin looking for long-term viability. But those are the IEO listings, which are disgusting in their own form, but Binance also pulls the regular exchange listing. And their most recent one, with Solana, of course, is shrouded in controversy. Solana got the regular exchange listing earlier this month, and of course the coin pumped like a son of a gun. April 10th, everyone was covering it, but since then it has been deflating down, and so has the volume. Well, what are you gonna do? Once the Binance USDT whales get done with your coin, a project needs to market make, aka get some frickin' volume and coin movement themselves. And like I said, once you go the way of the dark side of Binance, there is no turning back. Solana has quietly unlocked 11.3 million tokens, moved them for their operations, which should have been locked for another 10 months. And here's a reply from the team. They admit they are unlocked on a loan to a market maker and out of the team's control. But don't worry, we are not profiting from it. And a dumpster fire has started because of this. Ryan Shea, team member, as seen from their website, was on Telegram, and he said to a member asking about the situation, "Thanks for your concern, KO. We're sorry for the miscommunication and apologize for misleading our community." Ouch! So investors get lied to and just a "sorry, bud." Well, the community, they wanted more information regarding the tokens, of which community admin and manager Daunton Wilfred replied, "Details as such are confidential and under NDA." NDA, I wonder why. I wonder who does those all that time. Who most likely got the tokens? Binance did, my friends, in my personal opinion, as they have the largest basket of market makers in-house, and their Binance Market Maker program, released 7 months ago in September of 2019, is the largest in the industry. So I'm just exposing what is going on, people. This doesn't make me bearish. Actually, it makes me bullish short term, as the regulators, they have their hands full with everything going down right now in the normal financial world. So guess what? They are going to play Binance Tether, and they're going to play hard, especially getting FOMO going for the BTC halving. But long term, it isn't good for the markets. I mean, if this two-person Chico Crypto team can figure it out, it won't be long until the largest stablecoin and largest exchange, Tether and Binance, have those regulators mount up right on top of them. When will that be? Well, you never had a single look on Tether and Bitfinex when they were just a tiny stablecoin before the 2017 madness with a market cap in the millions. In April of 2017, USD circulation was under 60 million, but in less than a year, by January 2018, it was over 2 billion. That is when eyes started coming from places like the New York AG. 2 billion is a lot different than millions. Well, now it's nearly 4x larger, almost 8 billion. And the higher that goes, the quicker regulators will zero in on it. And I would put serious consequences to come for those involved after the next massive run, just over a year and a half away. Cheers, I'll see you next time.